Hello and welcome everyone. This is a new episode of Score Sheet. As usual, we do have plenty of sports news and sports items from many sports and many games from all over the globe, but we are going to focus a little bit more on the Egyptian achievements as we do have a lot of them, fortunately. I promise that this is going to be a very special episode as we do have first a very special guest. When it comes to World Championships, it's such events, I mean, very prestigious, just gathering la crème de la crème, as the French are saying, from this sport. And when they are the masters, meaning that it's even going to be a more distinguished event and filled with talents who are just enjoying determination, will, talent, enthusiasm, zeal, a lot of things. We are going to speak in detail about this with our guest live here in the studio, Dr. Osama Moataz, the one of the world masters of swimming, and I think also the first Arab and African to cross this big sea or this big obstacle between England and France. We are going to know the details of his achievements, but first let me welcome him. Sir, you are most welcome on Nile TV International, and I am really honored to have you here.
First, thank you very much for this very inspiring introduction. That was very encouraging for me to start. And I would like to just express my gratitude to the Nile TV International and the crew for following up such an event, which I consider a historic event.
It is.
By all means, for the Swimming World Championship, Master Swimming World Championship in Kazan 2015.
Yep. Kazan 2015. I think that the place and the date are going all the time to be remembered by all of you. Those who participated in this very distinguished event and returned back to Egypt with, I think, 23 or 24 medals, 10 of them are gold. And you were one of them. Tell me about the experience itself before going into the details of your history of swimming.
Okay, I will just would like to start drawing some lines.
Yeah.
The FINA, which is the International Swimming Federation, for the first time in history, combines two World Championships. It's the Open World Championship, which cover ages from 15 to 25, and the Master Swimming Championship, which covers from age 25 to 100. And that's going to be it. That's going to be the theme from now on. So every time there is a World Championship for swimming, is going to be the Open and the Master. The first time for the FINA to do that was in Kazan 2015.
Yep.
And I think they really had extreme success because they gathered the whole world in one of the most distinguished places in the world, very high standard facilities, very well done organization. The whole country, from the president all the way to the small students, volunteers. The President Boateng opened the World Championship. He came in the opening ceremony.
He's a man of sports in general.
Absolutely.
You know, he was the judo champion, and he was one of those behind the camera in many of the sports events taking place in Russia, and especially in Sochi, for example.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Very unique things also that Egyptian was very distinguished in this championship. We were 23 Egyptians, men and women, who represent Egypt from different clubs, and we achieved a very historic number of medals. 69 medals. That's something doesn't happen.
Combining the two events.
No, that's only in the Masters.
Only in the Masters, 69?
Yes, we didn't have any medals in the Open. The Open, we have only two unique positions, which is Farida Osman got
and
Ahmad Akram. And also we have the rest of the crew, which is the rest of the national swimming team, who actually broke every more than 26 national and African swimming records.
And
in the
African
Open.
records, yes.
But the Masters were overwhelming because 69 medals is just outstanding.
Sure.
And all the swimmers in the championship was 83 years old. And
Dr. Ahmed Fouad?
Ahmed Fouad, he achieved like 7 medals by himself.
Yeah.
And the youngest was Joseph, was actually
Joseph George.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he had one of the top 10 positions. Yeah. From these 23 champions, there was 10 of them from Gezira Club. Which I'm honored to be the master swimming representatives in Gezira Club.
Yeah.
And it was unique because these 10 swimmers, 8 of them accomplished 30 medals. I myself got 3 medals, and the rest had a lot of medals. Yes, you can see.
Yeah.
This is the podium medal. It's a bronze medals, and this is 2 medals representing the 5th position and the 7th positions.
Yeah.
And it's very distinguished medal. It's really.
And they are really heavy.
There is nothing really there is no word to describe standing on the podium and the Egyptian flag out, and very important statistics, more than 166 countries and 3,000 athletes just appraising you when you're getting your medals. It's something outstanding in every event.
16th FINA World Master Championship 2015, Kazan.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
That was the place and that was the time, and that the Egyptian national team for master swimming actually achieved a historic record. It was just overwhelming.
But tell you something, Dr. Moataz. When I was there and I was speaking with those champions, maybe most of them said that they were going there just to participate, and participation is an achievement in itself. They didn't know even that they are going to achieve all these medals, meaning that they were not that much serious about practicing a lot or about focusing that they are going into an international championship, meaning that for them swimming is a style of life, far even from the participation in international events like that. But tell you what, before we continue, let's listen and watch Dr. Ahmed Fouad, the 82 years old, the one who achieved 7 medals on his own in this championship.
Ahmed Fouad Kamal, member of Gezira Sporting Club and member of the master swimming team since 2000. So we participated in Munich in 2000, in Riccione, and then we went to New Zealand and Melbourne, and the last two we participated in Montreal 2014, and the last one was in Kazan, Russia. Just to have to mention, when we went to New Zealand, the whole team was looking just for 1 medal. And we got 1/10, and we were so happy with that medal. This time, Gezira Club alone got 29 medals. Personally, I got about 7 medals, and other colleagues got 5 medals, and so on. So really, we are improving the team. That's due to the practice and the hard work we are doing since that time. My message to the youth, really, if you start young, you can keep young until you are old. So I have some proverb to say, we don't stop training, stop sports when we get old, but we get old when we stop sports. So I advise them to keep going on. So now I'm 82 and I'm still participating in competition and working hard, and I can play squash and I can go to the gym, and nothing stop. I live like a 45 years old man.
Dr. Fouad, the coming championship, inshallah, is going to be in 2017. Inshallah, we are going to be there and we are going to follow your victories there. Dr. Osama, I was speaking about expectations and about those champions who went to Kazan, just knowing that they are going to participate. But I think that they did not expect that they are going to come back with all those medals.
Well, let me just elaborate a little bit.
Yep.
If the youngest did their best trying to do what they don't expect, the masters, they know that they have it, and they have some sort of reverse psychology in dealing with it. You can understand that it's not only the technical preparation, it's also the diet regime that they are actually following.
Nutrition.
The nutritional system, the technical system, the living system, plus the time. Because every athlete has his own events,
Yep.
because there was a lot of events. So every one of these athletes in his age group has his own events. So he needs to achieve certain time that can place him in the top 3. It is very difficult, and let me tell you, it is not easy to step on that block and around you 20,000 audience from 166 countries all over the world screaming and perform to get a medal. That's a lot of pressure.
Sure.
So you have to really come with a psychology that, well, I'm going to do my best, and I'm swimming in a lane with within 2 ropes. I don't know what is the position, but I'm going to give it all my heart, and whatever comes, I'm going to be so happy with. Just to go there and see Egypt
this
flag
is really amazing.
and step in.
What you've just said is exactly what I've heard from Asmat Sadiq, the Egyptian bodybuilder who is over 60 and who is still participating in the Masters Bodybuilding Championships.
It's a breathtaking to step on the block and see the Egyptian flag and see
how
all
to
these
maintain
cameras
this
on you.
enthusiasm or zeal, how to maintain this. I mean, I would find youth just 20 years old or something, and they do not have this spirit. How to uproot, how to fill the spirit of our youth with such a spirit?
I would have to say that if you don't have a master, you have to have a master.
Yeah.
So if you don't have a lead, Egypt is a lot of civilization. Egypt is a lot of history. Egypt has legends in every field. If we don't look at these legends, youth will not find a way. So the youth need
a model.
to have, yes. And you have to know that you are the model. And people, when I get a medal and when the media recognize, can you see how many eyes looking at me? A lot.
Yep.
So I am just leading the way for, well, that's not enough. Egypt is #1. So we need to be on the podium, on the gold. So if I'm having 3 medals in bronze or 4th to 10th, next time I need to have the 5 events gold. And you have to understand that can be done from in all your life, from 25 years old to 82 or 83, Dr. Ahmed Fouad. And we also have another seniors that didn't come, the oldest seniors.
I think Mr. Mahmoud Suleiman.
Mahmoud Suleiman, 70-something.
78.
78. But we have also other masters, 87. The oldest master swim in Egypt is 87. And we have people closing to 90. We have. Egypt has legend in swimming. The challenge for me, for example, I had the luxury to be a swimmer all my life. I swam the English Channel 2-way non-stop. I had a world record for 12 years. I am in the Swimming Hall of Fame with Captain Abu Haif.
And Captain Khalid Shalabi.
Khalid Shalabi and Captain Nasser al-Shazli. And it is very inspiring to have that history for the youth.
Sure.
But it is very challenging that after like 14, 15 years to come back and to swim that hard and to be on the top of the world and to stand on the podium in a 55 years old.
Unforgettable moments, I think.
Yes.
Unforgettable.
You feel you had it in you. You feel the gift that God bless you with, and the impact is very, I think, magic. Not only for me to feel good about myself, also for the people around me, also for the youth coming out. and also for the team.
Yeah.
I have a very, I think the master swimming team have this very inspiring spirit between them.
Let me take it from you.
Yes.
And I was there, and the Al Jazeera Club honored those masters, among other champions who qualified to 2016 Olympic Games in Rio de Janeiro. So let's live with one of the masters, and then we're going to come back to my dear guest, Dr. Osama Moataz. We are very much delighted to have with us Captain Mahmoud Saliman, one of the masters of swimming we have. Would you please, sir, let me know about your participation in this latest World Championship and the medals you have achieved?
This is not the first time. I think this is the sixth time I have participated in this International FINA Master Championship. I'm very proud that this time I got 5 medals. And I think we have the initiative to make success for Egypt at this time, this particular time, which we need many success. I'm sure about all our colleagues, my colleagues, have done the best at this time, especially to make the name of Egypt and their club the first one.
What about just insisting on practicing sports? I'd like you to give a message to the youth and to the youngsters. Just feel free, say it and name it. What were the most important benefits you had from practicing sports, and what about your will and determination to go and to participate, whatever are the circumstances around this?
Well, really, sport at this age is very important. And it's not just make sport, but to compete that makes you do your best. I am 78 years old.
Again?
78. And I'm very happy to be one of the swimmers and get medals and practice every day 3 kilometers before I go to work and so on. I think for everyone, I think there is a word, it's not sport makes you young, but you are young because you make sport or something like that. It is true. It is true.
I'm honored to be with you, and I hope that inshallah next time I'm going to be here and to congratulate you over more medals. Captain Mahmoud Saliman, thank you very much for being with us.
You know that 2017 will be the next Masters, inshallah, in Budapest. I will be 80 years old, so I will compete the youngest in this age group. I hope to get more medals.
Inshallah, he will get more medals.
We all wish him the best. It just, I would like also to add to what Dr. Mahmoud Saliman said. Dr. Mahmoud Saliman, one of the very unique swimmers that we have in the master team, not of the age. Myself, as a marathon swimmer, I lived all my life as a marathon swimmer. It takes a lot of guts for me to shift to be pool swimmer. So I get used to swim in rivers, I get used to swim in open sea. Open water is my talent to swim as a marathon swimmer in my younger age. When I came back to master swimming, I came to compete in the pool, in the pool. But also there is an open water. It is very difficult
to move from this to that, or to switch from this to that?
Yes, and to be a pool swimmer and swim open water and gain experience in it in an old age and pick the most difficult events. That's what happened with Dr. Mahmoud Saliman. He's in his age, he swam the 3 kilometer in open water. The 3 kilometer in open water in Kazan. First, Kazan in Russia, the minimum temperature is 10 degrees at night, and during the day reach maximum 20. So the river, the Kazanka River, is 18 degrees, 17, 18 degrees. It's cold water.
But you don't cover your body first with wax or something like that, just to keep the temperature? Just to keep your temperature, to keep the temperature of your body?
You don't put anything on the body. You just wear your suit and jump in. And this river, temperature is like 17, 18 degrees, and also it's very choppy water. It's not
Yeah.
a flat water
Yeah.
because there was wind
very
there,
heavy.
and it was cloud, and the wind, and the way they designed the route, there was an open thing that got this water choppy. It was not really easy. You can imagine over 70 years old swimming that water. It's a challenge. And he got a silver medal.
And he didn't expect that. This is the most important issue.
He did.
He did not
just
expect that he is going to achieve a medal.
I consider he one of the swimmers has a heart to swim that event, to swim the 400 individual medley, to swim the 100 butterfly in 78 years old. That's not easy. I can say, in my age now, I wish I can reach to his age.
Inshallah, you will.
And do this
Yeah.
kind of tough events. It's
Yeah.
not easy.
You spoke a little bit about the English Channel experience.
Yes.
Would you please elaborate? Because this is a unique experience which I cannot just have en passant like that.
Yes. Well, I was fortunate that there was in Egypt a legendary swimmers like Captain Abdelatif Abu Hif
Sure.
and Captain Nabil Shazli. These are the leads that got a lot of people, a lot of swimmers, and get Egyptian history in marathon swimming.
Yeah.
I was raised by these people, and they taught me how to swim marathon swimming. And in 1983, I think, it was there was trials for the first Egyptian, Arab, and African
And
to swim
African.
the English Channel two-way non-stop. Two-way, that's 100 kilometers. In a water, 13 degrees, in that cold. I never went to the England before. I was never swam in this kind of water. And they did these trials, and I was chosen.
How much time did it take?
Well, the world record that time was 23 hours.
Yeah.
My record was 21 hours, 37 minutes. I broke the record with almost 2 hours. And that was the world record that time. And it lasted something like 12 years. And I got a trophy for that long as a world record. And also they got me in the Swimming Hall of Fame because that record stayed that long. And I stayed the first, and in 2015, I'm still the first. So I'm the first and the last, I guess, so far, who Egyptian, African, and Arab, who swam the English Channel two-way non-stop. There was a lot of trials. The swimmer from Syria,
Yeah.
they went in relays, but none swim on his own. That kind of challenge.
Yeah.
I was fortunate, I was raised, and I was trained, and there was long distance swimming federation that time, was headed by Mr. Salah Shahid, and we had also Mr. Fattah Shafsha or Abminam Abdu. Abu Hif was like Captain Nabil Shazli also stood there. We have legends in this sport, and we are the lead in this sport. Till lately things didn't go in the right way, but I would like to say that Egypt has legends.
Yeah.
Egypt has history,
Yeah.
and the whole world know who we are.
A tip of a hat, of course, for what you're saying and what you've done and what you're going to continue to do. But before going to another champion, and before going to speak more about the Masters, I should hear, whenever we are talking about Egyptians who succeeded in crossing the English Channel, I should mention Khalid Shalabi. He's an Egyptian, one-armed, and he did it. And he, by this, gained the respect not only of Egyptians, but of people around the globe, with this sense of determination just to give the title to an Egyptian. Now, as we were speaking about the Masters, we do have female Masters too, and I was very proud to interview them. Let's now live just for 1 minute with one of the beauties we have of the world of swimming.
My name is Hoda Ridi. I'm an engineer. I was participating in age group 30-34. And I did swim 2 events, the 800-meter freestyle, and I ranked 5th place. And I did swim 400 IM, which is the 4 strokes, and I did rank the 6th place.
Great. First time?
No, it was not the first time for me to participate in a world championship. It was my third time, but it was the first time to get 2 medals. Yeah.
Do you have any preparation going into those world championships or just your normal practices?
No, of course, it's not a normal practice. It has to be a condensed and very intense practice, and a very well structured and programmed one. So I was preparing for this championship since a year before.
A year? A whole year?
A whole year, yes, a whole year.
Inshallah, the coming one is going to be in 2017. You intend to participate?
Yes, inshallah, biznallah, in 2017, yes.
And we are going to be here also again to congratulate you. Thanks, Mrs. Hoda.
Thank you so much.
This is another story. Okay. Nadi Al Jazeera or Al Jazeera Sports Club did it, and they did it tonight, honoring all those who were behind raising the Egyptian flag or who qualified to Rio de Janeiro 2016. This is how Al Jazeera Sports Club honored our dear guest, Dr. Osama Moataz, over his achievements. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you very much. I would like, of course, to thank the Jazeera Sporting Club, the chairman and the board, and also for their really very sincere response.
Yeah.
And the acknowledgement of how important this is it. Jazeera Club is a lead in swimming.
Yeah.
And has a long history, and that's prove it. And it's not every day.
And it's not by chance.
No, no, no.
And it's not just a coincidence like that.
No, no, no.
Whenever it comes to hard work,
Yes.
to good coaches,
Yes.
to determination of players and
Yes.
champions, we are going to achieve. I'd like you to give you, I know that it's time to go and it's time to sleep. You know, Dr. Osama told me this is not my way of life at all. By now, I would be dreaming, not only sleeping. So I would like to thank you, of course, very much for being with us. But I'd like you to give some tips or some steps for our youth. How to conduct such a healthy life, how to consider sports not only as a hobby, but as a way of life or a style of life, and how we can continue this way till we are 80-something or something.
Absolutely. It's important to know how to do it. Everything you know how to do it, you love to do it. It's very important for parents to just go with what their youth love. And if they love swimming, they're going to live with swimming. They're going to do swimming every day. It's going to be like having a breakfast every day. They have to swim every day. It's not for an age. And there is no age to start. You can actually be 50 years old.
Can I?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
And even if you don't know anything about swimming, you can actually start learning about swimming. There is no age to start, and there is no age to end. It's the only sport that you will never leave. She will never leave you. You can leave. Anybody else around you leave. Your kids will get married and leave.
Yeah.
Everybody, your parents will leave. Everybody can leave, but swimming cannot leave you. You can always, every time you come to go swimming, swimming will be with you all your life. So you always can take it as you just mentioned. It's a way of life. It's your system. It's part of it. And this is not, I'm not saying this as something strange for nature, because the whole world is doing like that. Some people like walking. Some people like running. Some people like biking. Some people do triathlons. Some people do horse riding. Whatever sport you like.
Shooting, fencing, equestrian, tennis,
Just
table tennis,
sport
whatever.
is a way of life. It's something you have to do every day, like you eat and breathe air. And if you are blessed of being a swimmer,
Talented in something in specific and especially swimming,
then you're going to have to do it the rest of your life. And of course, Jazeera Club, I have to just mention one more very important thing about the system. And,
Sure.
and we have a very dear, unique, elite coach who coached this Jazeera Club team.
his name?
Captain Mohsen Abu Saoud. Captain Mohsen Abu Saoud, I would like to thank Captain Mohsen Abu Saoud for all his effort. This guy is like a soldier. Every day, 7 o'clock in the morning in the start. Every day, coaching everybody. Also, the crew in the swimming pool that actually put the lanes for us. Every day we have our lanes on that we can come and swim. It's very important to know that there is a lot of supporting staff.
Teamwork.
Yes, that help these medals to come and help the success.
Yeah.
If you don't have the swimming pool, if you don't have the lanes, if you don't have an excellent, disciplined coach that everybody loves, and he has the potential, he had the character to deal with 25 years old and to deal with 85 years old. It is very difficult, but he has that potential.
He's so flexible also.
He had been coaching
and
for so
I
many
would like to
years.
tell my dear viewers just a tiny secret about Mr. Mohsen Abu Saud. If anyone want to go and want to compete with someone, and unfortunately he is on his own now in the swimming pool, he would go himself and compete with him or with her to evaluate his or her standard or her level by the moment. He is not only a coach, he is a teammate in the very same time. And this is, as Dr. Osama said, a very difficult story. And before we go, I'd like also to mention something. Dr. Osama was the dean of a higher education institute, an academic professor. Mrs. Huda Reidi is an engineer. Dr. Ahmed Fuad is an academic professor in Faculty of Physical Education. I mean, we do have stories of success in every field. So, no one would tell me that I don't have time. I don't have time to study, I don't have time whether to study or to go to the training sessions. No. With discipline, with organizing your time, you can succeed in every and each aspect of life. Amen to that?
I'm into that, and I mean, this is really something I'm proud of, to be a professor in the last 15 years. I was head of department, I was a deputy director, I was a dean of the Agricultural Genetic Engineering Research Institute, and I'm still a professor, acting professor, to send a message for the youngest professors and the youngest crew members at Aguirre or at the Agricultural Research Center or at the universities, or all my students, to see you as a sample and a model.
Yeah.
And not only in science, that you work in higher education institutes, in the Academy of Science in Sweden, in different places in the world. You are their boss at certain stages, and also you are world-class athletes. It is something, it's nice to be a lead to the youth, and it's nice to send a message. And I think this is our role in life, is to send a message for...
To be a role model.
To serve the community, to serve the society around us by being the best you can be. And I'm not competing with anybody. I'm competing with myself. I'm always focusing on how to be the best I can be, and that will show the rest that the best I can be is in the top of the world. I mean, and I can be on the top of the world, and it just have been proven for so many times. You challenge yourself with, and every Egyptian has it in. This is something, that's what is unique about Egyptian. And everybody can see you. We walk in together, the whole world can point at you, that you carry the flag on your heart and carry Egypt on your back.
To be a Pharaoh, to be an Arab, to be an African, to be a Mediterranean, to be a Middle East, this mix formed the Egyptian, this unique character we have and we should be proud of.
Absolutely.
I was honored. I really enjoyed my time.
It's me too.
And I hope, Dr. Osama, that we're going to have you again in other episodes of Score Sheet. So
My pleasure.
till then, it's a promise.
It's a promise, and thank you very much for your patience, for your elegant talk, for your understanding. And I'm really happy to be with you and the crew and all the crew in Nile International. You guys are really sending a very strong message, and you raise a very strong point, and you represent the youth of the media, that we need to be a system for the Egypt future.
We will continue what we can promise with that. We are going to continue following up your achievements and the achievements of any Egyptian in any sports fields. Dr. Osama Moataz, the master world champion we were honored to have in this very special episode of Score Sheet. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am, very much, and Tahia Masr.
Yes. Long live Egypt.
Yes.
Well, after the short break, I'm going to return back with the remaining part of Score Sheet. Stay tuned only on Nile TV International.